All right, welcome to United Matters channel. This is the Manchester United versus Aston Villa Carabao match build up in here onto this channel, and it goes by the names of United Matters channel. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner. I'm sorry for the delay because I really had lots of things to go on and really come up with because my graphics were really so much bad and I had to go on and really try to master up something new in here, but I failed and I said, all right, let me go in there and do the needful as it really comes in through. So thank you guys for really watching in. United has gone ahead to name its starting 11 versus a team which goes by the names of Aston Villa. Remember, we played them over the weekend and we lost. We are beaten by 3-1. And obviously, Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to name a different starting 11 altogether as it really started in the game at Villa Park. So, lots of players have gotten a chance to go on and come in here and really prove to the manager that, please, we are really good and ready to go on and really put in what we call the required energy and effort to go on and really win this game of football of Manchester United versus Aston Villa. So Carabao Cup is really coming up, and obviously in the next 10 minutes the game is going to be on, and I believe we are really going to be here to see how we go on and really narrate the big stories that are really going to happen into this game of football. So smash the like button, guys, comment and share, and if you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And obviously Rokan David is my name, and I don't know where you're watching in from. You can as well go into the comment section and tell us what you think about this game of football and where you're watching us from, because the goalkeeper Dubravka has been given his debut. Donny van Beek starts his third game in a row for Manchester United. It's his first ever since he came in for Manchester United. Remember, ever since he came in at Manchester United, I saw him start, I think, the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. And I think, which other game did he start? Against West Ham. But I've not seen him really start consecutive games at Manchester United. And obviously, we've been all calling in for this guy to go on and start. And obviously, the manager, Erik ten Hag, has gone ahead to really give him the best that he deserves, because he's the best manager that knows him, that has known him ever since he really went ahead to go on and really play for a side which goes by the names of Manchester United, as we signed him from Ajax, where ten Hag was the manager in 2020. That was in COVID 2020. You remember that summer very well, where the likes of Cavani came in through, Alex Telles and very many others, the likes of Pelestri and very many other players for Manchester United really came in through and played a very big role into this game of football, as we really talked about it. So United is having Dubravka, they're having Lindelof, they're having Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford is really coming in through to go on and really start into this game of football. Remember, he has been named into the English squad to go on and really play in the World Cup. And obviously, he's really happy to go on and really start for Manchester United. And let's see whether he's really not going to play himself reservingly. Reason being, he is really wanting to go on and play in the World Cup, because the World Cup is really a dream for very many players, and maybe England might be seeing itself as one of those teams that can go on and really win this game of football. But we're waiting to see how that is going to come in the happening. Now, when you look at the starting 11 of Manchester United, I know most of you have already gotten to know about it. They're having Dubravka, obviously. Dubravka is really one of those that has gone ahead to start for Manchester United, making his debut for Manchester United. We always waited for him a lot, knowing that maybe in the UEFA Europa League he was going to be part of the team, but obviously he never got a chance. But today, Erik ten Hag has given him his chance to go on and really start against a team which goes by the names of Aston Villa. Diego Dalot is playing as the right back, and the reason as to why he's playing today, it's simple. He is not going to play over the weekend because he accumulated 5 yellow cards in his first 12 Premier League games into the Premier League. He's not the first culprit for United to really see himself accumulating 5 yellow cards in 5 Premier League games. The first one was Scott McTominay. You know, he got his 5th yellow card against Everton. You know that very well. Then he missed out of the game against Newcastle and then returned later. Then Bruno Fernandes was the second culprit. it was in the game of Chelsea where he got a yellow card and missed out onto the other game of football that we played against Aston Villa away, and returns into the starting 11. Now, the third culprit is Diego Dello, and I think the other one that really would have really missed out was Martinez, but I believe he went ahead to really control himself very well, though he accumulated 2 yellow cards in the UEFA Europa League, and the first leg against Barcelona, he's really going to be out of this starting 11 of Manchester United to face Barcelona in the Carabao Cup. Harry Maguire, Lindelof, central defense. Harry Maguire playing on the right side of the central defense, as Lindelof is playing on the left side of the central defense. Tyrell Malacia starting again for United after that game of Sheffield where he came on and really started and played very well. He has gone ahead to come on and really start, and obviously he's playing into the left back of Manchester United. Back to McFreddy, Scott McTominay and Freddie playing into the double midfield pivot. We expect a lot of intensity to be into that midfield area because that's what is in the DNA of these players of Manchester United, that they run around. And one thing I noticed about Scott McTominay in the previous season, in the previous games has been playing before Casemiro came on through, he had improved his game as a centre forward, playing as a centre back. That's it. So that is a man who goes by the names of Scott McTominay. Then Bruno Fernandes plays on the right attacking side of the midfield. Then Danny van de Beek playing into the central attack midfield area, a position where I believe he benefits United better. And I believe by Erik ten Hag doing so, he's trying to improvise to see how he can really get Donny van Beek more playing time, because he believes that Donny van Beek has to be in the field of play with Bruno Fernandes. And this confirms to you that in some games, if Bruno perfects this position, because obviously Donny van Beek will go ahead and really perfect this position, we are going to see Donny van Beek play here, and obviously Bruno Fernandes play here. Maybe Anthony some games is going to be rested and go ahead and really start him certain games. But obviously it looks like he's really looking at Donny van Beek to go on and really prove to himself that he is here to stay. And I've seen some people say that Donny van Beek shouldn't complain of the game time that he has not been getting because he has started three United games in a row. Guys, Marcus Rashford started off this season and we gave him time. Now, how much time have we given to Cristiano Ronaldo? We've given Ronaldo, Cristiano, a lot of time. You can also agree with me on that. Now, if we've given Cristiano Ronaldo a lot of time, and he has played very many games, close to 6 games in the UEFA Europa League, and he has played close to, because the only games he never played for Manchester United is the game of Liverpool and the game of Man City and the game of Chelsea, meaning that in the last 13 games we've played, Ronaldo has played 16 games, but he's still not up to the levels we expect CR7 to be. Not so. So why should we not give Donny van Beek a benefit of time? He's returning from a very horrible injury and he's trying to settle into this team. And I've seen Patrice Evra saying that he's not appreciated in England. He should find out a way to go out there and really play somewhere else. I ask myself, you guys, if you are to talk about players that are not appreciated into England, you shouldn't base your argument on whether they are liked or not. You should base your argument on their quality. To me, if you are to tell me to throw Donny van Beek out of the squad and sell him off, I believe the first players to be sold should be Fred and Scott McTominay to leave this club because they are really horrible. And how do you get a talent of Donny van Beek out before you really clean off Freddie and Scott McTominay? And what confirms to you that this guy is going to be here for long is that Fred has been granted a new contract. Look at the talent of Freddie and Donny van Beek. Donny is better. So I believe Donny is going to go on and really play a very huge role in this game of football. Marcus Rashford starting off the left and Anton Martial returning to lead the line into the starting 11 of Manchester United. So that is the starting 11 of United. And obviously Martial is on. Ronaldo is really off the field of play and we are waiting to see what is really wrong with him. But Rob Dawson is telling us that Ronaldo is ill and dismiss all reports that really came in through earlier that he's really suspended because he failed to go on and really do what we call a post-match press conference after the game of Aston Villa. After which game, because he was the captain, there was the game he captained. I think it was Aston Villa. Yes, he captained that game and he never really did a post-match press conference. That's why he was really thrown out of the door. But obviously he is into the a resting team, and we expect him to come back and play over the weekend. Aston Villa players are onto the field, and Aston Villa have gone in with Oslen in goal, Ashley Young right back, Konsa, Callum Chambers central defense, Augustinson playing as the left back, Kamara single pivot, David Luiz and McGreen playing into the three-man midfield with Ramsey, Jacob playing as a central attack midfielder with Danny Ings and Watkins leading the line for Aston Villa. That is how they have gone ahead to go on and play. Then we look at the substitutes for United: David De Gea, Lisandro Martinez, Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, Luke Shaw, Facundo Pelestri, Anthony Elanga, Shura Tire, and Alejandro Garnacho. No Cristiano Ronaldo, no Sancho, no Anthony, meaning that they are really still ill. Then Emiliano Martinez, Aston Villa, Matty Cash, Tron Mings, Morgan Saint-Jean, Emi Buendia, Marvelous Nakamba, Lucas Digne, Leon Bailey, and Cameron Archer are those on the bench of a team which goes by the names of Aston Villa. So the players have really come on the field of play, and anytime from now, the game of football is really going to be starting anytime from now, broadcasting live from Old Trafford. Let me go a little bit into your comments into the comment section below as we wait for this game to go on and really start. But how can you play Donny and Bruno? Yeah, I believe in the manager going ahead to play Don and Bruno because, one, Donny needs more playing time, and obviously he's not having Sancho or Anthony to play on the right. And I believe the best player to go on and play there is Bruno Fernandes because he has shown us that when he's playing on the right, he has a perfect cross on him, and obviously he tracks back very well. And this game is going to be won on the intensity. We need to be running more and really get this team out. One thing you should know is that this trophy is now open with Arsenal out, Tottenham out, and Chelsea out, meaning that there are only two teams left, big teams. That is Man City and Liverpool. Don't you think we can go on and really put in a shift into this game of football? So I believe Bruno is paramount in that position because Anthony Elanga, when he was played there in the game of Aston Villa, I think he never really gave us the best that we deserve. And obviously Bruno takes that position at the right attacking side of the midfield. So Nachitende Esther, I believe it's okay for him to be played. Then I'm having Issa Ronald Munida. David, how are you doing? I'm not convinced with the selection. We wait and see. You see, you might not be convinced with the selection, but you have to put into consideration that most of the players we've been playing with have been really tired. You need to rest this team because we are having a very huge game at Craven Cottage. Fulham is one of those teams that are going ahead to really shock big teams this season. And you have to go ahead and really go on and really rest these players like Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen. For Eriksen in particular, you saw him in the recent two games we've been playing, that of Aston Villa and Real Sociedad. He was really off. So he needs to be rested. The other player, I think Ronaldo deserves to be rested. Now, if I told you really rest those five players and then you bring them back in the game of Fulham, I think that would be bad because you wouldn't go ahead and really put in the players that you want. You get? Because they need to rest. Even if they come up and really play some 20 minutes, because this game might really find itself in a draw and we might continue playing into more extra time. Not so. Hello, Rokani. Thanks for the updates, bro. I'm from Chireka. All right, Chaze Juma. Thank you for watching in from Chireka. Thanks very much. I'm having Issa Melinda. Donny has disappointed us, and to me, I see him as he's not a flop. He's not a flop. You see, for me to declare a player as a flop, I need him to be given a full season. Donny van Beek has not been given a season at Manchester United, and now we expect him to go on and really play better today because at least for the previous two games, he has been playing an average of 60 minutes, and obviously, he is back in here to go on and play in this game of football. And secondly, you can't expect one player in two games that we've played badly because the game of Real Sociedad and the game of Aston Villa, they are one of the worst games we've played ever since Ten Hag came in here. And you expect Donny to come on and play very well. Yet he has not been one of those players who has been playing regular football. Yet the players that have been playing regular football are really underperforming. How do you expect a player coming in from injury to come on and really outperform players that have been performing, that have been playing game in, game out? So that's a naked blame. It's a blame that is so much naked, according to me. He's not a flop. He just needs time, and let's give him the time that really deserves. Then Isaac Okering, I don't trust Donny van Beek. All right, that's your opinion, but I trust him because I know his talent, and I believe it's a matter of time for him to go on and really play well into that team of Manchester United. Then Isabi Ronald Molinda, greetings from Western Uganda. Mbarara, all right, Mbarara, how are you? The Milkland, how are you? How are you, the Milkland in Kampala, Uganda? Then Maguire and Danny Van Beek, out please, what's happening? They have to be part of this game of football because the manager has no other players. Lisandro Martinez needed to be rested. He has been playing very many games, so I believe he deserves to be rested. And Donny van Beek needs playing time. You get, if Donny van Beek is given most games and it does really bad, I'll come out and say, all right, he's really the problem. But the game of football started. Dubravka has passed that game to that ball. Then Anton Martial does a very good link-up play to find Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay has spread it wide to find Malacia Terrell, and United are onto the attack. I'm having Isaac Okering. Let's wait and see because we judge it now. All right, let's wait and see by the end of the entire 90 minutes what Donny van Beek would have really given us in here for you. Then I'm having Isaac Rokani, where are you from? I'm from Kampala, Uganda. Then I'm having Thomas Donko from Ghana. How are you? And where are you watching in from? Obviously, it's Ghana. And I don't know whether you're in Kumasi or Accra. You're telling me that greetings from Ghana. All right, thank you very much. Then greetings from Ghana. Obviously, thank you very much for watching again. So the game of football is on and really playing on very well. United are really having a lion's share of the possession in the first 1 minute and 17 seconds. They've spread it wide to find Diego Dello. Dello plays it back to find Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire finds Dubravka. Dubravka looks like he's a better ball-playing goalkeeper. And obviously, he's really trying to do the ball distribution to go on and really prove to the manager that, please, I really deserve to start for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes tracking back to find in Sanson. And obviously, it's a goal kick for Manchester United. Goal kick. It's a goal kick for Manchester United. Dubravka, he goes wide to find Tyrell Malacia. And Tyrell Malacia, he goes into the central defense to find Lindelof. Dubravka looks so much confident when it comes to passing that ball from the goal area to the back four of United. And obviously, there is a switch of play by Diego Dello to find Tyrell Malacia. And Malacia is really doing a very good holder play to play into Rashford. I believe today, Rashford and Anton Martial are really going to be having one of a brilliant game because their link-up play is really great. And I believe what they're going to display in the game of football today is really going to be so much important on who is really going to lead the line against Fulham over the weekend at Craven Cottage against the team, because I believe Ronaldo's time is going to end at United. Every time Martial is fit, Ronaldo won't start many Premier League games. That's it. Dello tries to really sweep it. Anton Martial giving it a chase in two central defenders of Aston Villa, and obviously they've headed it back to the goalkeeper, Oslen. 3 minutes played, United looking like the more hungrier side. Being at Old Trafford, it's really a chance for us to go on and really find ourselves winning this game of football. Because if you don't win this game of football, then what are you going to be up to? And what excuse are you going to come up and really give it up? So he's a flop. We are not playing academy ball here. He's not a flop. Guys, to me, I don't agree with people who say that Donny van Beek is a flop. You see, if at all, that's what people were talking about Anton Martial when he was under Jose Mourinho, that he's a flop. Yet the guy had really had a very decent season with Louis van Gaal. You know that very well. But when Mourinho came in through, he tried to undermine him, and he really felt out of place. Fred has been brought down, and the referee says play on. But the intensity of United at which they're really pressing this game of football is really immense and really ridiculous. Referee blows the whistle. Oli Watkins brought down. I don't believe he's a flop. Martial really resurrected in the era of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Then he had another weird season. Then he was loaned. So my problem with Manchester United is always simple. You cannot come out and really judge a player that is a flop when he has not been given enough playing time and a decent manager. Every manager that comes to the club really comes in with a different style of play. That's it. And you have to go on and really go on and play what the manager is telling you. Darlow with a very good flick to take off a player. He finds Harry Maguire. Scott McTominay in the central axis, spread this wide to find Tyrell Malacia. Malacia spread this wide to find Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford tries to run off these players of Aston Villa and loses the ball to Konsa. And I expect Marcus Rashford to go on and outrun Ashley Young. Ashley Young is in his 30s. And how can Rashford not outrun him? Rashford has to go on and really outrun him. That's what I expect from him. So I would like to see us utilizing that flank of Rashford a lot. And obviously, you know what I demand from the wing backs of Manchester United. I want them to go all out and really put in crosses that are really so much important. So that's what I really want to see these players go on and really put on at Manchester United. So smash the like button. Your prediction is really welcome in the comment section below. England national team squad has been really brought out. Sancho missing out. I don't know what your thoughts are. Sancho missed out onto the England squad that was really called by the England national team manager. That is Gary Southgate. Rashford is in. Luke Shaw is in. And Harry Maguire is also in. So I want to know your thoughts about that. If you want to know what I really said about that lineup, obviously, sorry, that's selected squad, you have to go to my other channel known as Rokani Media Football. I really gave you the best description that I could afford from my knowledge as far as that 26-man squad was concerned. So Tyrell Malacia is doing the needful. And obviously United look like they really want to go ahead and really cause havoc at the central defense of that Aston Villa side. Freddie, Scott McTominay, good link-up play through the midfield area. Lindelof throws it wide to find Marcus Rashford. That's been really headed out by Konsa. Konsa finds Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford really gives a blind pass, and obviously the second ball is really won by Aston Villa. But Lindelof has put in a fight to really defend Mings very well, trying to find Martial, and obviously the goalkeeper has really gone out, and it's a corner for Manchester United. First corner of the game, 7 minutes. Tyrell Malacia, this is what I want. This is what I really want. This is what I really want from Tyrell Malacia. Those balls from the deep areas of the midfield, sloping down to come up into the areas where we expect them to come out and really do the needful. And obviously, we've gotten the corner because of that nice pass that he has really gone ahead to do in. He finds Rashford. Rashford loops into the far post. Harry Maguire. Malacia. Bad pass. Bad pass. But when you look at how we really deliver the set pieces right now, you really get to know that there is something that you're really working out on training. That's it. There is something that you're really working out on training when you look at how we whip into those crosses in there. United 0, Aston Villa 0.